What if I told you that the struggles you fear could be the very start to your greatest strength? Good afternoon, everyone. Today I stand before you, shaped by struggle and strengthened by resilience. I'm here to talk to you about something that we all experience, change. But for people like me, people who look like me, come from where I'm from, and carry the weight that I carry, change isn't just an abstract idea. It's personal, it's painful, and oftentimes it feels impossible. By a show of hands, how many of you have ever felt like change wasn't for you? That the system, the environment, or even the people around you weren't built to accommodate your growth? For most of us, this is more than just a feeling. It's a reality. We are born into a world that tells us to stay in our place, to survive and not thrive, to adjust but never question. But here's what I've learned about change. Change doesn't wait for your permission. It doesn't care if you're ready. It doesn't care if you are comfortable. Change is not only personal, but it's a necessity. And it's the only way for you to move forward. My journey with change began at the early age of just 5 years old when my parents divorced. To a little boy, that type of shift, it feels like the end of the world. Suddenly, the stability that I once had was gone. My family, my foundation, fractured. And like so many other young boys and girls, I was left to navigate life without the emotional tools necessary to process the pain. In my early years of my military career, I was faced with one of the most profound changes thus far. It's giving me a hard time. One morning as I stood in first formation, for those who don't know, first formation is a method of accountability. It's the first formation of the day where soldiers gather for the bugle call reveille to conduct physical fitness. And on this particular day, the first sergeant stood before the company and he said, "Company, attention! Receive the report. And on this particular day, my incoming platoon sergeant stood before the formation of headquarters platoon, and he said, "Headquarters platoon, 21 assigned, 20 present, 1 out of ranks." As young soldiers, we are trained to focus on the details. But in moments like these, even the sharpest mind can be clouded. You see, at the time, I was sleep deprived from dealing with my young child. Barely awake as I stood in first formation, silently, I hoped that we wouldn't run 5 miles for the day. After the formation had concluded, our platoon sergeant did an about face, and he turned towards the platoon, and with a calm demeanor, he said, "Everyone to the shop, fall out." This had never happened before. We had never skipped physical fitness. But momentarily, I smiled inside because I wasn't going to have to run 5 miles for the day. Inside of the office, suddenly, an uneasy feeling fell over us. Shortly thereafter, the door swings open and enters the first sergeant and the company commander. And out of respect, the platoon sergeant could be heard saying, "Group, attention!" And the commander said, "At ease, soldiers." And it was in that very moment it was that very moment that I would discover with 21 assigned, 20 present, one out of ranks really meant my outgoing platoon sergeant, a man that had mentored me for over 2.5 years, a man that exemplified military excellence, one who some said I resembled and he could even pass for my father, had taken his own life in suicide. The command team delivered the news briefly, providing little to no explanation or empathy, leaving us with one directive: drive on, soldiers. And you see, that's just the thing about adaptation. So often we are told to adjust, to adapt, to move forward without pause. But you see, what they don't tell you is that adaptation can be the birthplace of greatness. This moment taught me resilience. Resilience is about finding purpose in the pain and growth in the struggle. It's not the change itself that defines us. It's how we choose to adapt and grow. Let's talk about adjustment and what it really means. It means walking into rooms where you're underestimated before you even speak. It means carrying generational trauma while trying to create generational wealth. It means being told to pull yourself up by your bootstraps when the boots you've been handed are worn, torn, and barely even fit. Life has been a continuous struggle, an unending battle against forces both external and internal. From my struggles in my military career to finding my footing back in the civilian world, life and its changes have tested my every resolve. Change, change, change. While in the 5th and 6th grade, I was told that I had a sign of cancer on my arm. 3 surgeries under anesthesia, over 1,000 stitches. Following the surgery, as I returned for follow-up, the doctor asked me if I wanted a skin graft to cover my scars. You see, I've learned to see my scars as badges of honor in both the spiritual and in the physical realm. And that's what I want everyone here to know. I let my scars serve as a reminder to where I've been and how far I've come. Your scars are not your weakness. In fact, they are your greatest strength. There's a quote from The Dark Knight Rises, the Batman sequel, that I hold near and dear to my heart. And it's when Bane tells Batman in the sequel, you merely adopted darkness. I was born in it, molded by it. By the time I seen light, I was already a man. I hold this quote near and dear to my heart because so often, we are born into darkness. Systems of oppression, cycles of poverty, and a society that sees you as a threat rather than just a human being. So here's my challenge to you. The next time change comes knocking, and it will come, don't fight it. Don't run from it. Embrace it. Let it take you to places that you never thought that you could go. Because the truth is, no one gets through change alone. We are more than just individuals. We are part of a larger community, one that is both our strength and our responsibility. So we must lift as we climb. We must lift as we climb to move forward. Because the truth is, change is a place of transformation. As I come to the close, statistically speaking, I've been through 9 of the top 10 most stressful life changes. From divorce, loss of life, transitioning in careers, parenthood, so on and so forth. Through it all, I've learned one undeniable truth. Change itself is not your enemy. Resistance to change is. Furthermore, every 21 seconds, a veteran takes his or her life. Majority suffering from battles that are unseen. To anyone that is here that may see this video online, know this: you are not alone. Lastly, I'll leave you with this. When life shifts beneath your feet, don't fight the current. Swim with it. Because in the struggle of adjustment lies the seed of greatness. And in the face of adversity lies the opportunity to become something extraordinary. Mind over matter, adapt to overcome. Thank you.